Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this, and for the life of me, I can't figure out how to make these hash marks. I've tried blending, I've tried rotating from a weird angle, and I just can't get it. Now, this is not really what he wants, but he might be able to take this idea and run with it. I'm not sure. Because I created this. There are, if you look at this V at top, there's six of them. It's 60-degree angles. And then on the other side, it's reversed. So I kind of did that, and maybe he can play with it from there. But all I did is take a 2-point line and rotate it 22 and a half degrees. And then I took and made my nudge a half an inch and did it. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to take that and Control D and group it and mirror that over. Now we actually need, like, we don't need the triangle in the middle like I have it here, but I'm going to go, we do have a triangle, but it's bigger. So let's take and select all these, and well, they're ungrouped already. I haven't done anything to them. But let's take this one, make a duplicate and move it in one more time. Take this one, move it in one more time. And then let's take our virtual segment delete key and delete that. Well, that isn't what we want. Delete that line and that line. So now we have a triangle inside there. I'm going to go ahead and weld these together. And we need 6 voids at the bottom. Control D, and I apologize for the one I'm doing. I just can't figure it out. And I'm going to take, I Control D. Take both of them and Control D, and then just move them over. And now we only need 6. I'm just going to grab the last 2, Control D. And you can do a lot of this after we do it. But then I'm going to weld all this together just so it's one piece. Now this ellipse he had, well, that's a different one, well, let's just see how big it is. Well, that's not what it was earlier. Anyway, let's make it 18 inches. So we're going to make an ellipse 18 inches. Now we need to find out how long that ellipse is. So I've got to go to Object and convert it to a curve. Then go to Windows, Dockers, and Property. And go right here and get the squiggle sign and the curve sign, and it is 56.55. 556. So take the one we just, with your ratio lock, 56.556. 56.556. And see, that reduced it in size both ways because we had it locked. Then I'm going to go to the Artistic Media tool and pick on Paintbrush and then save it. And I'm going to go BVV. Doesn't really matter what you save it, you'll probably never use it. And then put it on that line. And then you got to go up or downhill. Now, my lines are curved. The lines in the drawing are not. So well, they're not curved, they're just at a funny angle. I've tried. I think this will look pretty cool. So then what I did is I'm going to hit P and put that in the center of the page. And first you need to take and go to object and break the, we'll grab it all, go up to object and break the artistic media apart. There's our line. So it put it on the outside. So now you can adjust your size, whatever you want. You know, if you want it, you know, it's not perfectly round because Corel's measuring it from different facets. So I'm just going to hit P. Well, I did pretty good. And those lines are, in the real drawing, are not, they're just dead. They're just lines. So from here, we need to do something. I'm going to hold down the shift key. And I know this probably isn't helping this person, but you know, when you can't move it very much, make it 96% of the size, make it 90, make it 100%. I got to be touching that line. So I'm too big. Make it, let's go 98. There we go. And that's going to trim off in just a second. Now I'm going to Control D and take an inside circle. So it'll, somehow didn't, I wasn't holding down my shift key to make it grow from the inside. Just got to make sure. Now we can make some other, you know, this thing is, I mean, one, it's really fuzzy, but the inside has like a little bitty triangle, and the outside going out this has a big triangle. So that's what I kind of did. I said, this is the big triangle, and we'll make this the little triangle. So what we could do is take our Smart Fill tool and fill that in. I don't like nudging that much, so I'm going to change my nudge factor to 5 inches. Smart Fill that. So I nudge twice, go up to Effects, Contour. Well, let's take away the color first. Contour, let's go 0.5. So it just made a little bitty triangle. Go up to Object, break the contour apart, grab that little bitty triangle and move it over. And then you could put it wherever you wanted in this drawing. And we could always, we're going to take the lines away in just a second. And you could fill that in with different colors. And then you could do the same thing to the outside. But what I want to do is I'll take this one and Control D, Alternate C, and rotate it 60 degrees. And that's going to put one exactly where on all of them. So we're going to go and do one on the inside. The inside is just that spot, really. So you could do this. You could just take that and fill it in with black or rotate around. Now I'm going to I'm going to set my nudge factor on 10. And I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to set it on 20. I want to nudge these out of the way. Now I hit that one twice, because I don't want them in the scope of things. Now I'm going to take my 2 lines. Man, that's not in the center. There we go. Now let's make sure it's not quite touching the lines. Take your shift tool and bring it in just a hair. Now nudge this over and fill this in. So, okay, this should still be a group. So fill this in with your Smart Fill tool and make sure your lines are showing. So we're going to go to Object and break the, no, we're going to go to Order and put it back a page. And now I'm going to intersect this stuff. And now I should just have the lines. There we go. So those lines should be trimmed. So let's go left click, right click, and bring these down. You see now they're right on the, well, they're not, they didn't trim. You know what, maybe I'm gonna have to use trim. There we go. Now our lines are right on the edge. And you could make it thicker lines, and then you could make these thicker lines, make them black. Well, you know what? We're going to fill them in with black and take away that line and then nudge them down and over. And then you could do the same thing up top. You know, I apologize. I thought I could figure this out, but it's beyond me what they're actually doing. First, I thought I could create like this part of it and then spin it around, but I can't figure out how to put these lines. You know, maybe you could just make that line and just, I don't know. I'll try again later too, but this maybe, I mean, that would look pretty good. I would be happy with that. You know, if you put another one here and let's just do it real quick. Get this out of the way, go and group this together, hit P, put it in the center of the page, and then take your Smart Fill tool and fill that in, nudge it over, left click, right click. Let's don't do it so little, 0.3. Go up to object, break the contour apart, move that over, make it black, take away that line. Control D, alternate C, and rotate it 60 degrees. And that part's easy. Now you got a bigger space in here. I just, normally I can figure things out, but on this one, I can't. You know, the octagon shape and the little red things would be really pretty easy. Anyway, maybe the customer would be happy with that. I don't know. And there's other things we could have done. We could have converted them to lines and then filled them in with gray and put a black background. And I'll try to look at it again. But as of right now, that's all I can think of. Hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.